Hi everyone, it's Gary Nicholson here for weatherweb.net. This is your look ahead video today on Saturday the 28th of February. Now we're going to have some chilly winds as we go through into this first week of March, with some frequent wintry showers as well, particularly around western regions. This is the chart for Monday, and we've got more details for the next day or so ahead in our latest fast forecast video. We'll just look through into next week, and we've got some frequent showers then moving in off the Atlantic, and some rather cold air as well coming in with this system. Now let's just take a look at the causes of this, because normally we'd associate air coming from the Atlantic as being relatively mild, but on this occasion it has its source region much further around towards the northwest. Now this is the chart for tonight. Then midnight tonight on Sunday, low pressure is crossing the north of the country. Just look back towards Greenland and the North Atlantic. We've got some very cold air which has been originated from over northern Canada, over parts of Greenland. This being absorbed into the westerly flow and heading towards the British Isles. Now, very cold air at its source, but being modified quite a bit as it comes across the Atlantic. But nonetheless, it will be rather cold as it still comes across our shores. Now here's the chart across Britain for Monday. This is at midday, and this is the 500 millibar chart. So this is at around 17,000 feet or so in the atmosphere above the British Isles. So we're talking quite a long way above our heads. The figures here are showing as decameters. That's that 512 there is effectively 5,120 metres above sea level. So it's around 5 kilometres above the surface. Now temperatures here out towards the west of the British Isles showing as being minus 40 at this height. So really quite cold air coming in from the west in this pattern, and that's really going to be helping to drive some big showers, some very unstable air, as the air aloft is very cold, so allowing those showers to form and to grow and to become really heavy, and with some thunder mixed in as well across many of these western regions. And many of those showers falling down to the surface level as sleet, snow and hail. And this is the chart from 850 millibars, so a little bit lower down through the atmosphere. The values here still in decameters, so this 120 is effectively 1200 metres. So we're talking at around 4,000 feet above sea level at this point. Temperatures widely across the country at around -7 to a -8 at this height, and that's certainly cold enough for any of these showers for them to fall right through the atmosphere and get down to the surface as snow right down to surface level. We normally talk about -5 as being the benchmark for starting to think about snow getting down towards the surface, and drop below that and it becomes increasingly likely. And a similar temperature profile as we go through the week. This is for Tuesday, still looking at -7 Celsius values at around 4,000 to 5,000 feet. So again, this is the 850 millibar chart. So again, many of the showers that come in on Tuesday will fall to the surface as some snow. Now over the higher ground, over the higher routes of northern England, Wales, across Scotland, this will settle quite widely. A struggle at lower levels, but for a time you may get an icy, sleety, slushy covering at lower levels, particularly early in the morning and overnight as these showers come through. So I think particularly over northern and western regions, Northern Ireland included, could well see locally a covering of snow, not of great depth, I think during the daytime soon melting away, but that risk is there over relatively low ground to see a covering in some spots as some of these heavier showers do move through. And still the cold air is in place aloft as we go through into Wednesday. This is again the 850 height, temperatures around -7 across the country, so again many of the showers falling as sleet and snow down to the surface. There's the pressure chart for Tuesday, with low pressure centred towards the northwest of Britain. That cold westerly wind across many areas. A windy day, really taking the edge off the temperatures. And your daytime highs will be around 7 or 8 degrees Celsius in the south to a 4 or a 5 in the north. But locally across northern areas feeling closer to freezing with that strong westerly wind. Similar for Wednesday, the wind again strong, this time coming around more of a northwesterly direction. This may just help drive more showers into the Midlands than previous days, with the angle of the flow coming off the Irish Sea, helping to drive them through the Cheshire Gap and funneling down into the Midlands during Wednesday daytime as that wind comes around more northwesterly. Ridge of high pressure is building out towards the west though, and that topples across the country through into Thursday. So I think a widespread frost to come as winds drop out overnight into Thursday, probably the coldest night of the week as the wind does ease away. Just watching these fronts out towards the west by Thursday may just introduce more cloud and rain. There's some uncertainty how quickly these fronts do move in. It may just be that an area of cloud and patchy rain and drizzle pushes its way further southeastwards overnight Thursday into Friday. Just to run through the bigger picture then, this is the GFS ensemble charts, this going through towards the end of the week. This is for the 3rd, so through into Tuesday. That's where we've got that cold west to northwesterly pattern across us. And following that through into Wednesday, a ridge of high pressure building out towards our west. We've got that northwesterly flow as you've seen, and that ridge trying to build. That builds through the country through Thursday, as we just saw on the surface chart. And to go through until Friday, again that ridge trying to become established across Western Europe, and we've still got that southwesterly pattern across northern areas. So as you saw, those fronts trying to pass the northwest of Scotland. But generally, as we end the week, the south of the country looks like being more influenced by high pressure, drier and somewhat milder conditions than earlier on in the week. Moving that forwards through next weekend, we're into a west or a southwesterly pattern. The south again influenced by high pressure, the north more in a changeable westerly flow with fronts and periods of wind and rain passing western Scotland and across the northwestern parts of England and Ireland too. Ridge of high pressure just trying to build a bit more as we go through into the early part of next week. This is for the 9th. High pressure towards the south, and many areas across central and southern Britain should be dry, if fairly cloudy out towards the west, the best of the sunshine out towards the east. And again, northern areas of Scotland may still be in a changeable westerly pattern. And high pressure continuing to show signs of being to the south of Britain as we go through until the 12th, so well into the following week. So many central and southern regions may again stay dry and fairly mild, with the wind coming in from the southwest. It's having its origins by this stage much more towards the mid-Atlantic, so a milder feel to things is more likely by day, but some frost is possible overnight where skies stay clear. Just to compare with the European ensemble model, this is for the 9th, so into the following week, and similar to the GFS really, high pressure is centred away towards our south, and a more changeable flow is across the north of Britain. And just to finish off with, this is the 500 millibar flow of the northern hemisphere as a whole, looking down on the North Pole. This is the day 7 to 10 day means. This is through until Tuesday the 10th of March, so the 3-day period leading up to then, and just seeing what the trends are by that time. We've got the European model, this is on the left, and the GFS model is on the right. We've got higher than normal height, so effectively higher pressure and warmer temperatures aloft out towards the south of Britain by this stage. That's then why we've got the high pressure building towards our south. But lower than normal height, so cooler air aloft, and lower pressure at the surface is towards our north. So keeping the northern half of the country more changeable, whilst the south is seeing something more in the way of high pressure. So that's backing up that story. Looking further afield, we've still got a deep trough digging down across the eastern side of the states on both models, and the ridge out towards the west. So it's keeping that similar theme across America, with that colder pattern dragging down from the north and Arctic Canada, getting down into northern parts of the northeastern side of the states as we go forward into this period. It's been a common theme this winter so far. But for now, I'll leave you with that as the outlook. This was the radar picture on Saturday afternoon, and we've got heavy rain getting into Ireland and the west. This spreading further in tonight. We've got rain for most tonight, but becoming a fragmented, patchy feature as it reaches the east overnight. There's some strong gusty winds, 50-60 miles per hour across southern Scotland and northern England tonight. More details for tomorrow are available in my latest fast forecast video just to the right of this one. That's all for now. Thank you as always for watching weatherweb.net, and bye for now.